It's 5 o'clock, and it's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Wednesday evening, February 22nd, 2017. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins today, and now your 5 o'clock news are there. Touch straight at 5 o'clock on this Wednesday evening, February 22nd, 2017 is astronomers have found at least 7 Earth-sized planets orbiting the same star 40 light years away, according to a study published Wednesday in the journal Nature. A sticker designated the general bedroom at Nathaniel High School in Seattle as the draft order will reverse the directive put in place last year by the administration to allow transgender students to use the bathrooms of their choice. Yorktown, Virginia, the Rockett's anti-Trump movement had parted in his Yorktown Tuesday evening for a 75-minute showdown with a freshman Republican congressman president with questions on every key national news item. Cannonball in North Dakota. Some of the last remnants of the Dakota Access Pipeline protest camp went up in flames Wednesday as opponents of the project set fire to the makeshift wooden house in the part of a departure ceremony ahead of the government deadline. Mexico City. Mexico vigorously fought U.S. mass deportations of undocumented immigrants to the back to the Mexico refused to accept any non-Mexicans expelled across the border. Mexican Foreign Minister Luis Pettigrew were about Wednesday. In his previous role as Oklahoma's Attorney General, the Environmental Protection Agency new administration regulator handled with fossil fuel firms and electric utilities about how to combat federal environmental regulations and spoke to conservatives. The woman who was suspected of assassinating a half-brother, North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un duster and with a toxic chemical for wiping them on the man's face, military officials said Wednesday. China responded on Wednesday to the claims that had been in the contested waters of the South China Sea, retreating in its indisputable sovereign rights over its islands, its sea and random waters. London, they called him an Alpazakir Britannia, that straining names of Britain, and they say how he blew himself on the Monday in an attack at the village southwest of Mosul, Iraq. The White House's Barnum Consul, Kellyanne Conway, for television appearance of the high-profile agent made multiple honor statements contradicting the Trump administration official stance, CNN reported on Wednesday. Trump's immigration policy is explained. During a Senate afternoon in Texas 2 decades ago, defense secretary by a man named Dwayne Buckle, an expert, said his conscience made it more statistically likely that he would commit violent crimes in the future. One of the teenage girls found dead in India last week had picked up their cell phone and recorded a potential suspect before she was killed. Israel this week issued demolition warrants for the Palestinian cabinet in Jerusalem and given them residents at their days to evacuate their area. Germany's consumption average has determined more than 790 endangered and rare species of plants and animals, according to a university economist. About 90,000 birds have been killed in South Korea as a precautionary measure against avian influenza or bird flu. A rat iron gate that was stolen in 2014 from Germany's Nansat Dhaka cat and treasure cup was returned Wednesday. Americans see Russian President Vladimir Putin in a more favorable fight like than 2 years ago, mostly among Republicans, according to the Gallup poll. President Trump promised Wednesday to clean up Westfield government spending with a smarter fiscal and economic policy to the first budget expected next month. Emails show EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt worked closely with the major oil and gas producers to roll back the environmental regulations as Oakland Attorney General. Dakota Access Pipeline protesters set fire to the tent and TVs before the proposed deadline to leave the site. Backers of a controversial natural gas compression station in Monroe but canceled a meeting with a purpose scheduled next week. Popular opponents like Attenborough Mayor Kevin Durant said the project is head while others say not so fast. The field of potential candidates for mayor expanded by one of the Tuesday with former fire chief mayoral candidate and the city council Ronald Churchill taking out nomination papers. Conservation firm filed suit against New Sports Village in Attenborough. Attenborough women injured in a mat and street crash. Business leaders are pressing Governor Charlie Baker to alter his plan to charge businesses at $2,000 per employee they fail to provide enough health insurance work coverage for workers. How President Trump said proposed government stimulus measures that might affect the economy was a key question at the Federal Open Markets Committee's most recent meeting. Tesla shares rose after a straightened Wednesday despite the fact that the company board posted a wider than expected quarterly loss. Publix takes the top slot of the latest Harris Poll consumer survey. And now look here, closing software report, the Dow up 32.16 points at Traders at 775.60, SP5 down 2.56 points at 362.82, and Nasdaq down 5.32.75 at 860.63. A SpaceX Dragon cargo ship packed with nearly 3 tons of supplies on board the rendezvous to the International Space Station early Wednesday to the navigation software glitch, NASA officials said. The International Space Station received 2 orbiting spacecraft tried to drop us supplies this week. Space capsule took the first moonwalkers in the Space Rocket Adventure, getting ready to take off on another trip in its first tour to the United States more than 40 years. Living with a capture, Charlie does not cost minimal later left. A new study from the University College London suggests, this been earlier studies, the cause alarms about laying cats of human mental illness. A recent study shows that U.S. life expectancy to be on par with Metro in the Czech Republic by 2030. A Texas mother Facebook post about her young surveillance cancer gone viral. Drake 10 was diagnosed with acute lymphocytic leukemia in September 2012 and now battling the disease for the second time. In 1997, scientists announced they created a clone health feature, but now the technique is being refined to apply to the new challenges. Peter Jones on 505 on this Wednesday afternoon, and it's time now for Sports 1 Minutes. Wednesday evening tonight, the North Lancers hockey team will be taking on the Stilton Black Knights at Brockton and SF Arena at 7:30 p.m. The final regular season game of the season. And the Boston Bruins will be taking on Anaheim Ducks at same time, 10:30 p.m. Time was the most surprising element of Gene Best part of your gym as executive vice president of basketball operations, the general manager Mitch Kupchak. Kyle Larry Whitfield knows what he feels like being treated. Haven't been dealt with an 11-year career in the NBA. Tom Brady has kept being covered and missed the Super Bowl jersey with the same saying he's disappointed and hopes it turns up one day. Peter Childers time is now 5:06 on this Wednesday evening, and it's time now for traffic and transit report. Beep beep! Let somebody today where Redline transmits Smart LA to a step on service today from Harvard Central to the speed restriction and Sylvan and Express. From Smart LA to the disabled bus, commuter rail, and the ferries, they are all looking good here. Okay, look at that. I was on my ways around the New England region here, down in Connecticut, with 95 northbound side, effective between 7 and New Haven, Mary Parkway eastbound side, back from Stanford on and in the Milford, 91 and southbound side, back in Middletown, Connecticut, 91 on both ends, effective from downtown Hartford, 91 and southbound side, effective from Woodstock to the downtown Hartford, Connecticut, 84 eastbound, westbound side, Lewis, Route and Waterbury, 84 both ends, effective from Hartford, Connecticut, there. 91 on both ends is backed up from 291 to 57 in Springfield. 298 eastbound side is backed up from 146 in Millbury all the way out to 190 in Worcester on 290 eastbound side. 146 on the southbound side is backed up from 190 in the Mass Pike in Worcester. Down and down, 128 to the westbound side, in the eastbound side, also in the Newport Bridge in Jamestown. 95 on the southbound side, about a westbound down Route 4 in Coverdale. 95 on the northbound side, it is backed up from Crescent and downtown Parliament. 95 on the southbound side, but I'm protected at the downtown Providence. 146 southbound, back to 15 and 95 downtown Providence. 146 on the northbound side, is back to around Route 99 out in North Smithfield around there. 95 on the southbound side, 7 go 128 and Kenton Island and Ponce Street, and then Naples around Route 145 out in Mansfield. 24 southbound side, about a 495 out in Raynham all the way out to Route 140 in Taunton, and 24 south, 7 go 128 Kenton all the way out to Stoughton here. Route 3 on the southbound side about the Braintree split all the way down to Braintree. 120 on both ends, back between Denham and the Braintree split. Service Expressway both ends about the Mass Park and the Braintree split. Mass Park on westbound side is also all the way out to Natick and then Hippitt again around Millbury. Mass Park eastbound side is go between Boston and Norton. Down around Northern Airport, Mass Park westbound both ends South Boston. Service Expressway both ends about the Mass Park down to the Dorchester and Service Expressway southbound side, so from Quincy down to Braintree split. 93 both ends down to Boston are backed up. 93 on the northbound side, it is backed up from Bridge all the way at the Redden. 93 southbound, so from Somerville down to downtown Boston. 93 both of the downtown Boston is backed up. 128 southbound side, between Waltham and Wellesley around Route 9. 128 on the northbound side, back around Route 3 and Burlington all the way down around Route 95 and Peabody. 128 southbound side, about Dempsey and Peabody. Route 2 and eastbound side is back around 16 in Belmont all the way at the Fresh Pond Parkway in Cambridge. Route 3 on the northbound side, back around Burlington all the way up the hill. 93 on the northbound side, back around 125 in North Andover all the way at the Doing. 485 on the southbound side, back around Lawrence all the way at the Lowell. And Westbury 485 on the northbound side, back around Lawrence Stretch. Route 2 westbound side, back around Devonton and the around Fitchburg. Everett Turnpike on the southbound side, back around Manchester Hampshire Stretch. Spotted Turnpike on the northbound side, back around Portsmouth and Route 4 in Durham, New Hampshire. 295 on the southbound side, it is back around Portland, Maine here. Is it 89 on the southbound side, it is back around Enfield, Vermont, but Auschwitz 55 on the southbound side, also on some back towards Vermont, and Interstate 87 on the southbound side, also after the Canadian border up in upstate New York. Okay, Peter Cello do have 5:10 on this Wednesday evening, and it's time now for weather report here. Okay, looking at radar, and it's clear as whistle here. Okay, tonight's gonna go like this. Podcast about 34 degrees. South for about 5 hours coming in evening for Thursday. Punch bug between 4 and 9 a.m. Otherwise, most that's about 63 degrees. South for about 5 to 10 miles an hour for Thursday night. And chance of showers after 4 a.m. Punch bug after 9 p.m. Otherwise, most of the cuts go to about 43 degrees. South for about 5 to 10 miles an hour coming to left. West after midnight. Anticipation 30%. Friday, chance of showers before 3 p.m. The next light chance of showers after 5 p.m. Punch bug before 9 a.m. West. Mostly cuts go 5 at 59 degrees. Columbia becoming south 6 miles a day after anticipation 4%. New bits about less than 10 minutes possible. Friday night, chance May after midnight, punch back after 10 p.m. Watts mostly cuts about 44 degrees. South for about 3 to 6 miles an hour. Chance 30%. Saturday, chance May punch back before 8 a.m. Watts mostly cuts about 60 to about 37 degrees. Chance is 55%. And for Sunday, mostly centered to mostly crisp about 47 about 26 degrees. Monday, putty centered to mostly cuts about 45 about 27 degrees. Tuesday, putty centered to about 45 degrees. Thursday night, chance shots mostly cuts about 55 or 35 degrees. Chance 30%. And for Wednesday, chance shots. Clouds got about 51 degrees. Just make sure that it's 40%. In Taunton, it's 56 and fair. Here in Norton, it is fair skies, and we have a temperature of 53 degrees. And in Mansfield, it's 52 and fair. That's going to be it for the Peter Channel. 5 o'clock news, and it's February 22nd, 2017 on Wednesday evening at PCM. Good evening, goodbye, and I'll see you at 10 for a 10 o'clock report. Hope you have a good evening, dear.